blu-ray.com.
Mind you, I don't believe the things people say.
Corruption is not a woman's picture. Run. 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 You can't escape corruption.
I'll call the police. I'll tell them you're mad. Who do you think they'll believe? You or me?
Corruption is not a woman's picture. Therefore, no woman will be admitted alone to see this Super Shock film. Corruption.
We could talk about corruption. You watched it.
Oh, yeah, I watched that. Yep.
We could talk about it quick. I don't think we need to go too much into it. But the corruption I'm talking about, anybody listening who isn't aware of it, it's the Grindhouse Releasing Blu-ray DVD release of Corruption. Includes 2 cuts of the film, the international cut and the US UK cut. Now I watched the international cut, and I believe, Mike, you watched the US UK cut.
Yeah.
Unless you managed to get an uncut version.
No, I watched the US cut, and then I had to watch the features to get all the scenes that were cut out of it.
Okay. That's what I thought. That's why I threw those up there. Basic plot, it's Peter Cushing plays, he's like a surgeon, and his wife in some freak accident gets her face mangled, and she's like a model.
She wasn't even that bad.
I know, like, I'm watching, I'm like, really, like, she's got this little scar on her cheek, and she's, like, hiding away in, like, a draped bedroom.
Yeah, like some... I don't know why, she was annoying me.
Yeah, I think she's supposed to, though.
Well, she did a good job.
Yeah, I think you're not supposed to like her, because, like, he figures out a way to, like, restore her youth, but in order to do it, he needs to take... Which, do you remember, this was reminding me a lot of the Rejuvenator.
I was thinking, dude, I was like, this is just a very classy version of the Rejuvenator. Because it's a very clean, classy movie, but this was before Rejuvenator, so...
Oh, yeah, well before it. This was, like, 69 or something.
Yeah, but I thought the same thing.
Yeah, that idea of, like, because he takes the stuff from, like, the pituitary,
yep,
and then he creates, like, a serum, and it's, like, the same thing. Like, she's only, like, using him because he has the ability to do it, and forces him to start killing people to get fluid. So I do remember Corruption. I've actually wanted to see Corruption for a long time because it was on, the trailer is on, a bunch of those, like, 42nd Street compilation things.
Yep.
And I always wanted to see it, and I could never find it. So obviously when it came available, I pre-ordered that thing right away. And, I mean, I was expecting it to be a lot more sleazy. I mean, the international cut is a little bit sleazy. But it was actually, like you said, it was actually a little bit more, I mean, I guess classy is the word. It's a lot cleaner than I actually thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I was surprised the way it played out, especially seeing the cut scenes. I don't understand why they would be cut from the US version. It didn't make any sense. But because when you're watching the US version like I watched, you can tell something's missing.
Yeah.
And like the whole
especially
thing,
like in the train scene, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely in that scene.
Yeah, you can tell something's missing there. But like the whole thing where he's carrying he's carrying heads around in like the train station. It's it's pretty bizarre. And they do like these really bizarre cuts of him up close as he's killing women, and it's just like his hair's all messed up, and it's just real...
It's funny too, because like after he's done, he doesn't look at all like he did with.
No, no, not at all. He's like back to normal.
All sweaty, and his hair's like sticking up.
And then it's
funny because like the scene with the hooker, like the first woman that he killed.
Yeah.
It's weird because in the international cut, basically the way it plays out is he goes upstairs and it's a hooker, and she, just basically she takes off her top, and you get that obligatory titty shot, which is why it's the international cut, because for the nudity, and then he just kills her. It kind of just happens. But in the U.S. cut, it plays out completely different.
Yeah. Oh, way different. You get no nudity.
Yeah.
And you don't get like I thought that's all I was gonna get, and then I watched the international one, and he actually cuts her head off.
Oh yeah, because you don't get the actual beheadings and stuff in it either, which is really weird.
Yeah.
I think they even cut a little bit out near the end, like the scene with the head in the fridge. I think they cut some of that too in the U.S. cut.
Yeah, I didn't see any difference. I don't think there was anything in the features either about that.
Yeah, I think on the Blu-ray features when I was watching, they had cutscenes, and it was like a second or 2 seconds where someone's holding the head or something. It was cut out of the U.S. It was just one a longer shot of the head, I think. So it was literally some of the stuff in the cutscenes. It was weird. It was a couple of seconds max. It was like a blink of an eye. You wouldn't even notice it. Except for that hooker scene. They filmed it twice.
Oh yeah, you can tell because in the international one, during that whole struggle, she has no top on.
Yeah, exactly.
And in the U.S. one, she has her top on.
Yeah, and I guess that was pretty common back then. They would film a movie and they'd be like, well, for the international audience, we need nudity, but the U.S. audience, we can't have nudity. Or the U.S. and U.K. So they would film it twice. That way the international, they would get their nudity, and I mean, it's weird to me, it's okay. I mean, then they cut some of the violence too, but violence okay, nudity bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
It's an odd thought process. It's okay to watch a dude cut women's head off with a scalpel, but show nipples and everybody's gonna freak out,
Yeah, he also has some of his equipment up there at the, I guess you call it the lake house.
Yeah.
I didn't know in 1969 they had that type of technology yet.
The laser?
Yeah, he's got the super powerful laser up there.
That was James Bond type shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It burns through the walls and shit.
The end of that movie is so fucking weird because the first two acts play out pretty standard. It's just him trying, killing women and then trying not to get caught and trying to keep his wife happy and youthful. And then the third act, it's these beatniks show up at his house.
Yeah.
You know, that dude with the weird glasses.
Yeah, like the quiet guy.
Yeah, it was I guess it was those weird 60s glasses, perfect little circles and really thick, and they make your eyes look weird.
Yeah.
And it was a really weird scene, and then they basically it just you said, the laser just goes insane and starts cutting people in half. It's so fucking weird.
I didn't get the part where she was trying to convince that guy to make her husband do the operation. That was so random.
And then he tried to do it.
Yeah. It was just so weird.
Yeah, she tried to make him do it. It didn't make any sense. And I guess the reason they were there is because they wanted to rob him, right? I mean, they wanted, and then obviously their friend disappeared, so they were looking for her.
Yeah.
But I was wondering too, are they just there? Did they ever say? Was it money?
I think they were just looking for jewels and money or whatever.
No, and then there was that scene where he puts the vase on her face.
Yeah.
How weird was that?
Yeah.
I've never seen something like that before.
Strange.
Takes flowers out of the vase and shoves it on her face, suffocating her.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Like, why?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that before, or again.
No, that was a new one to me. But I mean, overall, it's a great release again, because we already did. We did a long episode on Hippie, and it is a good release. And then I did enjoy it. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely watch it again.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It wasn't. That was the first time I had saw it.
Yeah.
I had something completely different in my mind of what it was going to be.
Me too.
But even after I watched it and it didn't wind up that way, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, if you go and watch the trailer, the trailer plays that. Remember, like I said at the beginning, I thought this was going to be a really sleazy kind of movie, and that's because the trailer really plays it up. It's in the trailer, I think the tagline is, it's something like if you're a woman and you see corruption, you won't go home alone, or you won't want to go home alone, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they really play that up, that it's going to be this violent, and all the images are of Peter Cushing with the close-ups of him. That's all you see in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's him just with crazy hair, and you don't ever see those mellow parts. So it really plays up that. I was expecting something different, but yeah, I did enjoy it quite a bit. And the next release is the Big Gun Down, which I mentioned on the show. I think when one of the episodes, I pre-ordered that. It's coming out this month. That's a spaghetti western, and that fucking release it's nuts. It's got the full sound. It's 4 discs, so it's got the full soundtrack. It's got 2 cuts of the movie. It's got the Blu-ray and the DVD. So we'll probably do that one too. We've done all the releases. Yeah, we've done all the releases up to this point.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel through iTunes or Stitcher Smart Radio. And as always, you can find us on the web at midnighttriplefeature.blogspot.com, on Twitter at MTFeature, and on Facebook.